Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. With reactions to the visit of U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday and assured Nigerians of the United States' readiness to partner with and invest in the Nigerian economy. Blinken, who is on an African tour, made the remarks at the presidential villa, adding that Nigeria offers real, clear and competitive opportunities for investors, but however noted that tackling corruption will make it easier for companies to repatriate capital, which is essential for attracting foreign investments.
I'm here in Nigeria at President Biden's behest, and earlier this week we were in Cabo Verde, in Cote d'Ivoire, and we'll be going on to Angola, because we share that conviction. Africa has shaped our past. It is shaping the present. It will shape our future. Now, Nigeria offers real, clear, compelling opportunities for investors. At the same time, I think it's no secret that there remains some long-term challenges that need to be overcome to really unlock the full potential. Tackling corruption, making it easier for foreign companies to repatriate capital. These will all pull in a transformative direction and pull in transformative investment.
Well, all right, Ayo, this is a loaded statement. Although he, applauded the president for, his great strides in his reforms, removing subsidy and all of that. But there are a lot of Nigerians that have questioned this statement in terms of what it is that they want from Nigeria. Yeah. But obviously, you know that they will question. But let me take this Harris tweet. He wrote, "The U.S. travel advisory is saying otherwise, discouraging U.S. citizens from coming to Nigeria, citing security reasons. I hope the sudden turnaround is not connected to the forthcoming U.S. elections. You can never really trust these guys, though it's a welcome development." Obviously, you know that there's elections going on. There's always so many reasons for foreign countries to partner with others.
I mean, absolutely. And the truth is that when it comes to diplomatic relations, especially from the U.S. perspective, it's always U.S. first. So when they go into countries, of course, that's when people begin to speculate why the interest in the particular country. But what we've seen in recent times, particularly following the coups in some parts of the region, is that we've seen other countries like Russia capitalize on the unrest in this part of the continent, and so have tried to make an inroad into the continent. In Niger, following the coup in Niger, Russia, they've aligned with Russia following the ousting of President Bazoum. They have, tried to form alliance with Niger, and of course the U.S. is rightly worried, and so they're also finding ways to establish their own inroad into the continent. And he said it during his speech that they've identified Nigeria being the largest economy in Africa, being the frontier when it comes to business in Africa. He spoke the right words, said the right things in terms of positioning as, to have trade partners with Nigeria, talked about the history of investments in Nigeria, over $300 million in the last few years, also promising a further $54 million to help, investments in Nigeria and other parts of the West African continent. And also talking about training our military personnel. So highlighting the partnership, almost saying that we have been in partnership for a long time. We are allies. Don't forget that. Do not open doors to others, perhaps. So this is a very strong statement by the U.S. Secretary of State coming in to say that we are still partners, we are still quite present on the African continent. But beyond that is what Nigeria then should look at as to what then is our own benefit. Because if the U.S. is U.S. first, Nigeria must also be Nigeria first. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Toga, had said the right things in terms of positioning Nigeria properly and having a more prominent seat and role at the UN Security Council. Right things to be said. He talks about trade, the U.S. Looking at opportunities to boost and support our military efforts, especially with this administration's commitment to fighting insecurity. Cultural tourism as well. He's visiting Lagos today, and some cultural spots in Lagos he would visit. I think those are really important conversations to have. Yeah. But in terms of skeptical elections, I'm not sure if he ties to the elections more than we're coming in, let's not allow the coups that have happened in recent times to open doors to other non-allies of the U.S. to take to have a foothold in the continent. But Nigeria must also put Nigeria first and ensure that as the U.S. is positioning itself, we also position ourselves to benefit from this interest in our nation.
I really liked his warning and talking about tackling corruption and especially insecurity, like Harry highlighted in his tweet. The U.S. advisory is telling the United States citizens not to come to Nigeria because of the, heightened insecurity. I think, like you rightly said, we need to tackle our own problems. It is such an important warning, and it's, like I said, it's a loaded statement for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.